Okay, so let me get into this real quick. We're gonna start with the American edition of artists that have some following but aren't really talked about. Okay, so I'm gonna get into this and do it kind of two different styles. So I'm gonna do the American style first, and we're gonna talk about two artists that I think, well, three artists, two female, one male, which I believe they should get more credit than they do. So I do know this artist. I don't know her personally or directly, but she used to act, and I know her. I don't know really well. However, it's Mikki Brayboy. She put out a song. It's called Lover. You can find it on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, on her YouTube channel. You can find this song a lot of places. And I have to kind of say, I was going into the song kind of skeptical because she does have another. She released something earlier this year. And I'm huge on following to see what the artist does the first couple years they release. And it's kind of like a year, well, not even a year ago, a couple months ago, where she released all over the place, all over the places. It's an EP that's also on iTunes, Spotify, and wherever you really get your music from. I know some people get it from YouTube, some people don't. Pandora, Spotify. I don't use Pandora. But so you have songs where I wasn't sure how Lover was gonna come out. She did promote it in the middle of the week. It came out, I want to say Wednesday. So either the 8th or the 9th. It came out before like a Wednesday early release date. Nothing wrong with that. I like that. The producer was great. The producer, it kind of gave me, I don't know personally, I don't know who it was, it's not listed, I give him credit. It gave me like a Skrillex beat, and I do love Skrillex beats, because it had a great beat to it. And so that is out. It's a refreshing sound from her. It's like all over the place, but it's like when she did the song Sin or Have You Ever, it's kind of that beat, but you hear it on Lover, and it's definitely a different sound, and I do kind of like it, where the beat follows her every 3 words. The beat follows her, and I do like that. She was talking about a lot of stuff, saying that she wanted to be lovers, and she wanted to stay lovers and stuff like that, where she keeps talking about love. Ironically, the song is called Love, and I think that's what that's why she called it Love. It's a 3-minute song, so it's like a normal song. It is. It's extremely like a normal song. Now I got into her music a little bit. Now she doesn't have a large fan base, but I think she could be a lot more, because she does go in some lyrics and say, "I wish I was alive, and I want us to be." Even though the trust issues aside. And I think that, especially with everybody being in quarantine and stuff like that, because 2020 stuff that happened, and she really talks about how they want to be, how one person's pushes each other, and I do like that in the song. It's very, they're fighting to be lovers, no matter what the consequences, whatever it is, they're gonna fight to be lovers, and I like it. I like hearing that. Now, we don't hear it a lot as much as we should, because love isn't really talked about as much as it used to be, which might be a bad thing. But that is another reason why we don't really talk about love much. Now, this next artist. Okay, so I'm a little biased when it comes to the second artist, because it is a female. It is H.E.R. Now, she came out with a song with Chris Brown earlier this month called Come Through. Now it's just her. It's just a person being lonely, and she would just want somebody in the city to be with her, and we can just chill no matter who we with. We just cancel the plans and just be with each other. Now it might have some sexual tension in it, but that's just how I see it. So they can just chill. But she does. I don't know what it is. It's just if it's her voice, if it's her studio, or it's just how she is. But she also had a song, "I Can't Breathe," and this was the George Floyd situation. It came out in 2020, and it's not even really a bad thing. It's just her speaking about the injustices in the world, and I think I like Black empowerment. She reminds me of somebody trying to do it right by the people. And she has amazing vocals. Like, I cannot explain how good her vocals are. Like, every time you play a song, it's always just like, you know how people have songs they skip or they add, and I have her on a few of my playlists that's still in rotation today because we're going through a lot. So while they put out a project and she put out a project, and I like her project because it's like it's "I Can Breathe." I think with him them being on his neck for 9 minutes, and she even mentions that in the song, which I do like. She also was with another artist where if you want to, she does a lot of relationship songs. I do like it. She did come through with Bryson Tiller, but that was 2018. She didn't get the fame she wanted, get the fame she needed. She can really sing, and I can't explain why she isn't as popular as she is now. She has a commercial with Old Navy. You might see it, but she is genuinely a great artist, all around great. Even Damage was a song that she made that is getting some traction on her other album where it's Used to Know, where that came out in 2018 with the Bryson Tiller feature. Not getting a lot of plays that I can know of, but it's a good song. Come Through came out with Chris Brown. That is a great song. Okay, that is a great song. It's just a song you're cruising down the city with. She did something with Justin Sullivan that came out last year. Overall, a great person. And then I'll talk about her when I get back into the Canadian side with her and Stormy. What they did, he's a Canadian Canadian rapper. And when I get to him, we'll talk about that and a song she did with him, which I do love. I like that 1 second, and it fits her. Now, we're getting into this guy. I didn't really pay much to his music. I really didn't get into his music a lot. But there's 2 songs that caught my attention when I heard it. Now, I got into him kind of late. In 2016, he released it, Therapy Session. And I do like Therapy Session. It's a good song where he's just talking about his emotions. He reminds me of a J. Cole. He's like, when J. Cole story tells, he's just talking about like, well, I get it, and there's a lot of things that were happening, and this is how he does his therapy. And I like it because I had to go through that 2 years ago. But it's a great song to listen to because he's just spitting all his facts and saying that he loves that his fans can relate to him. And I like that type of rapper where he's conscious, conscious but unconscious, and just writing how he feels. I do like that in a rapper. He just released a mixtape. He just released a new mixtape called Clouds. It's the mixtape with Hops. Now, Hopkins is also another great rapper that doesn't get his credit, but I do like NF a little bit more, and they might have a good relationship. But he spits. He honestly, he's a guy where if you're always trying to get something off your mind, you listen to his music, you can kind of flow with it, you can understand what he's talking about. You'll love him as an artist. I do. Now personally, I do pick songs, and songs go from everywhere, but that's any artist. But Therapy Session is just good to listen to. As always, it's just if you want to clear your thoughts, it's a good song to listen to. I do approve if you just it, but I did say this is everywhere too. Spotify, this is big. I have just never expected this song to be where it is, but he speaks about so much. The song is like maybe 6 minutes long, but he talks about so much in 6 minutes. It seems like a 10-minute song, but it's all good. It's all there. He's just almost like paying homage.